Hello, all my CMA students. Today I'm here to shed clarity on one of the most prevalent dilemma, confusion, concern, whatever you say, that the students are currently dealing with. Ma'am, should I wait for new syllabus or should I start my studies? See, starting involves or essentially involves two steps, that is, taking classes and start to reading the content and all of that. And then there is another aspect to it, which is your registration. So, right now, if you go to register yourself, you're getting only one option to register in 2022 syllabus. That's the old syllabus. Now, the problem is, what if I register in the old syllabus and take classes and start the preparation and the new syllabus comes? Well, it is going to happen sooner or later. Ma'am, in that case, all my preparation will go into waste. Whenever a new syllabus is introduced, the immediate thought is, what if the old syllabus becomes irrelevant? What if I become irrelevant because I've read the old content? What if I am studying something that is no longer useful? Maybe the new syllabus will have lesser content and it will be easier to crack. Maybe I will have to read everything again then. But before you make a decision, I want you to understand something very important. A change in the syllabus does not automatically mean that the existing knowledge becomes obsolete. You have to understand that the syllabus change does not mean that, okay, we are removing ABCD and we're bringing in the numbers. No, right? It essentially involves adding a few topics, deleting a few topics, right? Adding a few more examples and all of that, right? So whatever you're reading right now, even under the old syllabus, is updated and relevant content only. Many students often confuse themselves like, okay, Income Tax Act 2025, this is what I should read. Well, in the old syllabus also you're reading the same content, and so you are relevant only. Now, there is another practical aspect that students often overlook. Whenever a new syllabus is introduced, it takes time for the entire ecosystem to adapt. New books have to be conceptualized, they have to be prepared, new classes have to be structured, new question bank, revision material, test series, practice resources have to be developed. Most importantly, mentors and students, they both need time to understand the new pattern and identify the areas that may be demanding greater emphasis, or identify the areas where more knowledge is required, or which is more important from exam perspective. So if I talk about the old syllabus, it has n number of advantages. You can clear your exams with the old syllabus only. That means you take the classes, you register yourself in the old syllabus only, and you clear with absolute ease because you have the resources. In fact, right now the discount is going everywhere because the results have been declared, including my law classes. So you can check our website bookbyvideo.in to get the classes at the lowest price ever. So offer is going to be valid only till 15th, right? And there is one more factor that students often overlook, that is the pass percentage. Historically, the pass percentage under the existing syllabus has been always been higher than under the new syllabus during that syllabus transitions. So if you prepare under the existing syllabus, you save your preparation time. You don't just put yourself in a better position, but you position yourself in such a way that you will always have greater chances of clearing exams. And maybe later at any point of time, even if you feel the urge and need to switch because maybe you're not clearing the attempts and now you have to, whenever a transition is announced, you have multiple attempts to clear under the old syllabus also, right? Even if you feel that, okay, even those transitions I could not clear and now I have to switch, switching to the new syllabus midway, you will be way ahead of the students who will then start, because you have the momentum, you have the knowledge, you have the confidence. You know 80 concepts out of which you need to delete 4 and add 2 for exams, but you know 80 concepts which are very well valid for the practical life. So isn't it better than reading all the 80 concepts fresh but later? Because right now we do not have the new syllabus, right? So my suggestion to you would be, if you're targeting exams in June 27, please don't think much. Start the classes, register yourself in the old syllabus so that you're sorted. You don't have that dilemma or confusion later on at any point of time. Oh my God, that this I should do or this I should know. No, your goal is fixed now. You're studying under the old syllabus, which is absolutely okay, right? And you clear your exams. If you feel that, oh, this should be something that I should know as a professional, when you can always update yourself, right? So that's absolutely okay. You will study relevant updated things only, and you will also get many advantages. But if you're planning for a very further deferred attempt, and you feel that at that point of time maybe the institute will also not give an opportunity to give or write my exams under the old syllabus, then you start your preparation without registration to have that flexibility. But do not waste your time. Early preparation will give you immense breathing space. So if you start today, you have the luxury of learning at a comfortable pace, right? Revisiting the difficult topics, making mistakes, correcting them, revising multiple times. So it is going to be that edge which you will gain over the students who are just waiting aimlessly. Fine. So fix aim and start your preparation. Don't waste time. That is the worst thing any professional student can do. Fine. Wish you all the very best. Undoubtedly, if you have more doubts, if you feel like that clarity, right, the registered students can always connect to me via WhatsApp, and my YouTube students can always drop down the comments, and we'll try to respond. Thank you.